Inside this video today, I'm going to break down one simple hack that I have used to build multiple companies to very high levels, as much as $1.5 million a month. This took me years to learn, and you can learn this today and miss out on all the very difficult and expensive mistakes I made throughout the way. So let's dive in. The biggest key to success when it comes to scaling businesses is always trying to move every single thing that you do inside the company towards a place of greater efficiency. If you think about any company and any element within that company, you always want things to move more quick. You want them to become more efficient. Think about just scaling revenue, for example. What is scaling revenue when you really get down to it? It's nothing but a compression of timelines on revenue goals. For example, when you're just getting started as a business owner, it probably takes you, for most people I know, a couple of years to make your first $1 million. It takes just a long time to figure out how to sell, how to have product market fit, how to get leads in the door, how to fulfill on those deals. There's a lot that goes into it. Those first couple of years, it might take you before you generate $1 million, but then you become more efficient at generating that $1 million. Soon it becomes you're making $1 million a year. You're doing, $83,000 a month or whatever that breaks down to. Then, you reach a point where it becomes, you compress those timelines even further. Instead of $1 million a year, it becomes $1 million a month, and then $1 million every 2 weeks. And you're just getting more and more efficient over time with, hitting your revenue targets. And this doesn't just apply to revenue. This applies to every single thing within the business. For me as a CMO, a big part of being a CMO is your ability to, launch offers, get funnels up to speed really fast. When I was getting started as a marketer several years ago, it would take me, months sometimes to ship a funnel, launch it on cold traffic, and get all the numbers within KPIs. In a lot of cases, I would launch funnels and they just wouldn't perform at all. I'd just totally take a massive loss on it. But about 2 years ago, I got to a point where, I could do the whole launch in, about 60 days. And then after a month or so on ads, I'd get performing. So all in, you're looking at about 90 days to get that funnel to a good spot. Last year, I got that to a point where I could do the entire launch in about 21 days and usually hit KPIs on ads first week. And this year, I'm trying to compress that timeline down even further to about 2 weeks in total from, shipping the entire funnel, building the whole thing, and cracking cold traffic with it. So everything in your company, you just want to move towards greater efficiency. That comes down to a lot of things. In a lot of cases, that could mean hiring more people, or it could mean firing the wrong people. It could mean better delegation, being more organized with your delegation, making sure you create a better conveyor belt between who is doing what, so there's no overlap between what your various employees are doing. Probably the most important one actually is just removal of systems and processes as a whole. If there's things you're doing that you simply just don't need to be doing whatsoever, removing those so you can focus your time on more important things. So if you find that your business is plateauing, you're not where you want to be, that is one of the first things you should look at is how can I look at my business as a whole and which parts can I make more efficient? That will do a lot for your growth long term. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments.